Let's talk about exhaustion. One of the vibrations that we can hold in our bodies that will begin to break our bodies down and lead to manifestations of chronic illness and disease is exhaustion. You know, the feeling of being drained, the feeling of kind of limping home to the barn, if you will, the feeling of having nothing left to give. You know, that is the feeling of exhaustion. And in order to heal ourselves, right, to really address the exhaustion, we have to get clear about what type of exhaustion we're actually experiencing. And I wanted to share in this video the three types of exhaustion. And sharing this because when you understand what type you have, then you can begin to accurately give yourself the medicine your body most needs to restore your energy to wellness, and your whole life back to well being. So, the first type of exhaustion is overexertion. And overexertion is when we're taking too much on, we're in overwhelm, we've got, a overly full plate. We are constantly saying yes to things we really need to say no to. We, have again a packed to-do list, just a lot going on in our lives where our schedule is full and is asking of us to give a lot from our energy, right? Overexertion also is about overgiving. It's where we are constantly meeting the needs of others and not addressing our own needs. We're constantly, again, saying yes to showing up and supporting and helping and caring for others while the things that we need support and care for we're not paying attention to. We're not spending our own time on that. And so we're constantly out here being overexerted, right? That means overexertion of your own energy. There's a constant pull of your energy outwards and not enough energy coming back into you. And that makes you very exhausted. It makes you feel drained. It makes you feel very tired. It makes you feel over it all, right? And so that's the first type of exhaustion is overexertion. Are you overly exerted, right? And overexertion really wreaks havoc on the body. It stresses the body out. It puts the body in constant stress. It literally pulls life force energy out of the cells of your body, out of the very bones of your body. You can experience a lot of issues with your bones and your joints and all types of things when we're in overexertion. But that's the first type of exhaustion. The second type of exhaustion is lack of peace. Lack of peace is about, where we have a lot of stress and conflict and we just don't feel at ease in our lives anywhere. So you may be very stressed at work, or you may not really like your work. When you pull up to work and you pull up in the parking lot of work, do you stay in the car for a long time because you're just really trying to get yourself psyched up to even go into a place that you don't want to be in? Are you having a lot of conflict with your supervisors or your coworkers or your employees? Do you have a lot of conflict going on? You may feel oppressed in your relationship. You may feel in your personal or family relationships. You may feel like there's no peace. You're constantly fighting, or you can't you can't express parts of yourself. You may also have a lot of clutter in your home, right? There's not a lot of order in your house. There's a lot of mess and messiness that goes on in your home or in the environment, and it doesn't allow you to feel like you can take a deep breath, like your body can relax. And so lack of peace puts our bodies in stress. Like we have tight shoulders, we may have tight and constricted backs, we may have a lot of things going on in the gut area. But this can wear you out. It can make you tired. It can make you feel exhausted and drained. And this aspect is because lack of peace, right? So that's one of the things. And then lack of peace, again, when we're not at peace, a lot of different illnesses can pop up from there. A lot of stomach issues can pop up. A lot of stress-related illnesses can pop up and manifest, and diseases can manifest for us. But it's really about, where are you not at peace? Do you feel oppressed? Do you have a lot of clutter in your environment, in your home, in your car, in your office? Are you, doing a lot of things that you don't enjoy, your work or even your relationships or where you live. And that's kind of, again, will add to this feeling of being exhausted, not being able to feel rested, always feeling stressed. And then at the end of the day, you feel drained and you don't understand why. You may not, you like, I didn't work out, I didn't actually do any kind of physical thing, but you're emotionally exhausted. You're energetically exhausted. And that, when you're energetically exhausted, it actually causes more stress on the body than if you had been working out or running or walking, 15 miles today. That over time, when you are emotionally exhausted and emotionally exerted, that and energetically exerted, that is going to cause your body to break down. And so the last one is lack of passion. So we have overexertion, lack of peace, lack of passion. And this is about, are you, doing, you have a diminishment or depletion of the things that breathe life through you, right? You're not engaged in your passions, the things that make you feel fulfilled, the things that are fun for you, the things that deeply please you, the things that are pleasurable for you and bring you joy. You're not engaged enough in that. And usually you're not engaged in that because your schedule is full of obligation and responsibility instead of desire, right? So instead of what do I really want to do, what's calling me, what am I yearning for, you're really focusing more on what do I have to do, what do I need to do. And a lot of times when this happens, when we're exhausted because of lack of passion, a lot of times you get caught up in what looks good instead of what feels good. So what you're doing, the accomplishments you've achieved, or the type of work you're doing, or all the things you're doing out in the world, or in your relationships, or in your home, they may look good on paper. They may look like the right things to be doing, and you may be getting celebration and praise for doing these things. But internally, you feel starved, right? You don't feel happy. You don't feel like you don't feel alive. You don't feel pleased, and that's because you're not engaging enough in your passions and the things that make you feel most alive, right? And like for me, I love to swim. I love to walk by the beach and in the water. I love to write. I love to teach. I love making videos like this. I love having lunch in the middle of the day with my friends and having deep, soulful conversations. And there was a period of my life where I wasn't doing any of that. And I felt extremely exhausted, and I couldn't really figure out why, because I didn't have a lot on my to-do list. But what was on my to-do list were things that weren't feeding me, right? And so that is going to exhaust you. It's going to drain you. It's going to make you feel very tired. So those are the three things: lack of passion, lack of peace, and overexertion. And it's very important to realize which one of these you have, or if you have a combination of all of these, because this determines what type of medicine you most need to give yourself to heal yourself, to bring yourself back into wholeness and health, right? If you're experiencing overexertion, the medicine you most need to be applying is rest. You need to have radical, deep rest so that your body is not overexerted, so that there's no exertion on the body, and that there is rest in the body, and the body can replenish, and you can replenish your energy, and you can feel rejuvenated and recharged. That is your medicine. If you have lack of peace, getting back into peace, right? Getting a lack of conflict in your life, a lack of stress, feeling at ease, deep relaxation is what is going to relax your energy field and nourish your energy field and shift your energy from illness back into wellness. If you have lack of passion, you've got to reorient it and shift your life so that you are prioritizing your passions instead of your obligations and your responsibilities, right? That you are prioritizing your bliss, that you are, making sure every day that you do the things that fulfill you, that are pleasing for you, that are fun for you, that make you feel alive, that make you feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Instead of just checking things off of your to-do list, instead of things that look good, you want to do the things that feel good to you. that feel good internally, energetically, and emotionally. That is your greatest medicine. So if you are experiencing a disease where the root cause of that, the energetic root cause that you've become aware of is exhaustion, that you are exhausted, and you figured out what the root cause of this is, and it is exhaustion. The other key to healing yourself is to figure out what type of exhaustion you have, or what types, if you may have several. I know for me, I had a PhD in all three of those. That's why kidney failure was one of the key aspects, the key energies that was the manifestation of kidney failure for me was exhaustion. And when I looked at it, I had all three of those. I was deep in all three of those, and so I had to really begin to shift my life to rest. I had to shift my life to passion, and I had to shift my life to peace. And the more I began to do that, the more my body and my kidneys began to heal. So I hope this has helped you kind of understand a bit about exhaustion. As always, if you got something from this video and you know someone else who get benefit from what I share in this video, please share it with them. Make sure you subscribe so you get alerts to the other future videos that I post on this page around healing yourself through the practice of self-love. And as always, I love you. Now go love yourself. Bye.